fine, it's fine, it's okay. I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. If you give me your hand, we can slip this hand through. You had a feed, you had a feed. You're gonna have a feed after this. Yes, you are.
You were in Africa, everyone would have said, baby, baby, baby's here, baby's here, baby's here, but mummy's got to do her work. So they say, 1, 2, 3, go and sit on mummy's back. It's a bit like how the English do the sling, but this is how the Africans do with the baby. So they hold that, set that, they open up their cloth, and the babies love it because they're next to mummy or grandma. You bring it right up to their neck.
Kaden,
Having a relax on grandma's back.
have a bath, Zai. Is it bath time, Zai? Zai, don't be sad. Hiccup. Just finished breastfeeding a little bit, so that's why my bra is halfway off, but my oldest little boy. Hayden.
A few moments later.
So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to try and vlog today. It's currently 3 p.m. or no, it's not even 3 p.m. It is 4:30, and that is how long it takes me to get out of the house and get myself organised with the twins. I mean, we're not even out of the house yet, but I'm going to go with my mum to Front Cross, and we're going to get a few baby bits before we're moving with Dad, which is next week. We're going to move up north, which is so scary but super exciting. Can't wait to move with my boo. I also need to get my nails done because what is this life? Like, what is that? That's not acceptable, even when you have twins. But I'm gonna try and vlog a little bit more because I do miss vlogging so much. Do you guys love my Nessa top? Because I love it. What's a t-shirt dress, and I got it from H&M, and it was only like, I think it was like £12, something like that. And also, people have said that they want to see a video about my top things to have when you have twins. I've been requested, and I also said previously that I'm going to do a video about what you need to get if you have twins or newborn babies, like what is a must-have. And so I'm definitely going to do a video about must-have items that I think you need when you have twins. And yeah, first of all, let me show you guys. I've got this steriliser by Tommy Tippy. And the way that I'm going to do this video, the way I'm going to know what is a must-have is what I'm going to bring with me up north when I move with my boyfriend next week. So that my under eye highlighter is so harsh, I used my Tarte concealer for the first time in months, and it just shows that it is actually really light, isn't it? So the first must-have I think you guys do need if you are breastfeeding or if you're breast expressing is the TeamiBlends Nursing. I already spoke about this in a previous video. You need to get this if you're nursing, definitely, because it helps promote milk flow and it just makes you feel really good. It's got natural ingredients in it. It's got chamomile, it's got fenugreek, it's got loads of good ingredients inside this. So definitely get this if you are nursing because it just promotes milk flow. And right now I'm breastfeeding a lot more nowadays. I'm breastfeeding about 30% now because the twins love it and they're able to latch on a lot better now that they're older. Which is going to bring me up to my second point, which is dummies. You need to get dummies, but not straight away. Try and you know, do without dummies, but when you have twins, it is so hard. I feel like dummies get a really bad rep because there's been so much stuff in the news about how dummies give kids buck tubes, how kids depend on dummies too much, and also how dummies can sometimes cause speech delay. Now, the reason why I don't really want to use dummies in the first place is because I don't want my children to depend on them too much as they get older, because, you know, people do depend on them till like 4 or 5 years old sometimes, which is way too old if you ask me. And another reason is because I always feel like if a baby's crying, they're crying for a reason. They might need to be burped, they might need to be fed, they might need their nappy changed, they might want to cuddle. Like, babies cry for a reason. But sometimes with twins, you have 2 of them crying. Once you've fed them, you've burped them, you change your nappy, you give them cuddles, they can sometimes still cry. And for your own sanity, you need a dummy. And I would say, don't use a dummy in the house. Try and console them in the house by yourself, but definitely use a dummy for outside, because when you're on public transport, you're in public in a restaurant, and you fed them, you burped them, you've done everything, and you and your partner are trying to have dinner, or you and your friends are trying to have dinner, whatever the case may be. So I'm putting the dummies on as I speak. I just sterilise them because we like to go out, and your baby's crying down the restaurant, and you're just like, oh, please be quiet, please baby, shh, 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 and all that. People are gonna be looking at you like you need to tell that baby to shut up. Like, people want that baby to be quiet, because you're not only ruining your dinner, but you're ruining everyone else's. So once you've done everything, you can't just stay in the restaurant with your baby screaming down the place. You need to console them somehow. And so you give them a dummy. I've got the Tommy Tippy, or Tommy Tippy everything. I've got the Tommy Tippy orthodontic dummy, which is like a line dummy. I'll show you guys later. And that's supposed to help not have, like, make your children have buck tooth, whatever. So I've got that one, which I really like and I'm really enjoying. So I use that, and also I use it for if I'm in the house by myself for a very long period of time, for like 6 hours, like I was today. Mum's been out from 9 till she's got back at 3 o'clock, and I've been trying to console them. Sometimes I've fed them, I've burped them, or they're crying hysterically because I'm feeding the other one, or I'm changing that one's nappy. Then I give them a dummy. Or if they're just like being restless, I put the dummy in their mouth, and sometimes it sends them to sleep, and I can definitely attend to them, then I don't get the dummy. So that is my rule of thumb. So yeah, but if you have twins, you're gonna need a dummy, because trust me, when you're having newborn twins and one of them is crying hysterically or out in public, and you're trying to feed the other one, and you're by yourself, there's nothing else you can do. You need to give them a dummy, because it's just too much. So yeah, don't let anyone make you feel bad for having a dummy. And I wanted one because I was one who was mainly looking after them. My mum was like, no, don't give him a dummy. My partner was like, no, don't give him a dummy. But my little sister Ren was like to me, whether you give him a dummy or you don't, people are still going to complain. They're both going to say something. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So I need to do what's right for my sanity, and also what's right to make the twins happier as well, whilst I'm attending to the other one, because they're so young. They don't know why I'm ignoring one while I'm attending to the other yet. So I need to get dummies. Okay guys, so the next one goes without saying. You need a changing mat, obviously, of course. My one's from John Lewis. I got it as a baby shower gift from my friend Carla, so thank you, girl. They do the best beautiful prints for changing mats, so that's why I recommend the John Lewis ones. They're really cheap. I think they're only like £12, £15. You can obviously get them from anywhere, but if you want something to go with your decor, John Lewis has really nice ones. And I've got this one, but I'm gonna get one more for my partner's house as well, so I don't have to keep moving it back and forth for my mum's and my partner's. Some people do change their babies on the bed or on the floor, and I wouldn't recommend that, because sometimes, like Azai did the other day, you can have like a poo explosion and vomit at the same time. So what Azai did is he regurgitated all his milk out of his mouth after our little burping session, but he did that as he was pooing as well. So he pooed and he spat out, so his whole top was covered in milk, and then his whole bottoms, you could just see the poo leaking out because he had exploded. I think he had diarrhea because he had to have some antibiotics at the doctor's, and he had a side effect of diarrhea, and it went everywhere. But the only way I could take off everything in a nice neat way is to use my changing mat, because I could put him on there, everything can go on a changing mat. It's nice and plastic, and then you can wipe it down with antibacterial wipe. So you need antibacterial wipes, and you need a changing mat. Is a flask. You need to get a flask. When you're using formula, they tell you to use freshly boiled water, and obviously you can't do freshly boiled water every single time, you'll be wasting water. Secondly, and it's always too hot if you're doing formula, so you're running the bottle underneath the tap trying to get the milk warm, and when your baby's screaming, you don't want that. So what you need to do is boil the kettle, leave it for about half an hour to about 45 minutes, and then put the water from the kettle in your flask. And if it's still too hot, just leave it with the lid open for a little bit. But this way, you will always have water ready for your child, and it'll always be the right temperature. I do have a tummy to pee prep and night set, but it's not essential. You don't need it. That's the thing. It's nice, it's cute to have, but it's very expensive and you don't need it. But get a flask. A flask is going to be amazing. I just leave it like that so no, you know, germs go in there, and then I let it cool down some more. Or if it's already cooled down, I just put it on. And this is, I think this is a litre, I believe. I'm not sure, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not completely sure how much this is. But imagine you have a litre in there and you do like 120 mils, 4 ounces of water per formula. That's gonna last you about 10 feeds. Once you get the right temperature, the flask is amazing. You just pour your water, you pour your formula, boom, Bob's your uncle, you're done. Like when your baby's crying, you pour the water, put the formula in, shake it, here you go. You know, definitely get yourself a flask. That is a must-have that you wouldn't have normally thought about. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, guys, I'm gonna continue telling you guys what else you guys need more in this vlog, but for now I'm gonna go to Brent Cross with my babies and my mama, and I will let you guys know what else you guys need as the vlog goes on, so stay tuned. Before we leave, I have to sterilize all these bottles, get them ready for the day out. So I've just packed their nappy bag. This says change a pod on it. I've just got 9 nappies there, 4 each, and I've also got wipes in there, and it also comes with a changing mat, like these wipes. I think they're Pampers wipes. There's 80 in a pack, but there's probably like 40 left in there now. And then this lovely changer pod also comes with its own changing mat, which is so handy. I definitely say get a changing bag that comes with a changing mat, so you're not wasting money on all those paper changing bags. It's very handy. So when you're done with the changing mat, you just literally wipe it down with antibacterial wipe. And I've also got here some antibacterial gel. It's just hand sanitizer, and it's got a little compartment there. As you can see the little sign, and I just pop it in there. As you can see, it's really full. If you only had one baby, it probably won't be as full as this one, but this is full to the brim with 9 nappies. So we're only going out for about 2 hours, 2-3 hours, but just in case, you need as many as possible. If you're going to someone's house, definitely get these sterilizer bags. I'm not going to anyone's house, I'm gonna just leave them out because I don't need them, but this is good to put them in the microwave. People go in somewhere, and they're microwavable steam sterilizer bags, which is really useful. But I'm not gonna bring it out with me today because I know we're just going shopping and back, and even if I did need to sterilize at someone's house, you can always use a pot and sterilize that way. But these are really handy anyway. Then I also have a spare change of clothes, well, trousers, but if they ever explode in their trousers, I've always got a spare. Normally I pack 2 pairs of trousers each, but we're currently due a wash for all the clothes, so we don't have enough. But as I said, we're only going shopping quickly, so that should be enough. And also it's good to get a top. Realistically, you should really pack like 2 extra outfits for when you're going out, and always just keep them in there just in case. I've had to use it when I've been out all day with them, and I went to go visit their family up north, and we needed to change them once in their complete outfit. So that was really handy to have, because sometimes they get poo on at the back of their top and on their trousers. So always go around with 2 pairs of clothes, not including the one they're wearing, but if you're doing a really short visit out and coming back, then 1 pair of clothes should be fine. And these are all the things you have to think about when you have 2 babies or a baby. You have to think about extra stuff and what could happen when you're out. Orthodontic dummies or soothers, whatever you want to call them. Okay, next, the equally important feeder pod, which is my feeding bag, what I put all the bottles in and everything in, and it's also insulated, so anything you put in there will stay the right temperature. But I never prepare the bottles beforehand, I always prepare them when I'm out, and I do that with these. These came in my Tommy Tippy set. I put 4 scoops of formula in each, so that's 2 feeds each. So that's gonna go in there. 2 feeds each means that we've got 6 hours worth of feed. Have their feed, and then they sleep for 2 hours, and then they have another feed. So it's good to feed them beforehand, so you still have enough feeds. This is enough feeds to last us about 4-6 hours. And also, if you're going anywhere really far, you should always get like these little carton drinks, and this way you can put them in the bottles so that you don't always have to think about making them. That's only for like really long stays out, which I'm not really having with the twins yet because they're newborn. So the longest day out we did was on a Saturday to visit their family up north, like I said, but normally we're only out quickly for about maximum 4 or 5 hours, and then we're back home again because they're only little. So we're going to do 4 bottles. Obviously, if you had one child, you would be super prepared. You could probably go out the whole day with those 4 bottles, but I've got 2, so it's still not as much as I want to have. I'd love to go out with 6 bottles and have 3 feeds available, but there's only so much room in this bag, which I'll show you in a bit. I like to put their dummies in the car seats because it's just easy access. Can't forget the flask. And I always put my purse inside the changing bag because there's no point me bringing an extra bag. It's just one more thing to worry about. So here it goes. Time to go. Told you dummies are very, very necessary when you're leaving the house, because as you can see, I couldn't go out and watch my neighbours hear my baby crying, and my neighbours are very nosy, so let's just let them stop crying before we leave the house. Outfit of the day: H&M, Zara,